I'm gonna turn that down a little bit because it was a little loud. I know it might be like 10 something in the morning, almost 11 in the morning, but we're all at the pub because we're celebrating the fact that Ryan and Rhodes made it on to the national team, which means they're both gonna end up in San Sequoia. Yes, this is the beginning of the episode. I went right to the heck in. Hi everybody, how we all doing? Ryan's getting down with her bad self right now. I'm loving every part of this right now. I think I mentioned this 2 episodes ago, but I have some like default dance overrides and they are popping. Like I am in love. Rhodes is the only one who's just like not doing it because I think he's talking at the same time. It's a little bit ridiculous, but I am just absolutely thrilled. I love it so much. But we're at the pub celebrating. JJ, Piper, and Becca were so thrilled to hear that 2 of their closest friends were going to be off to San Sequoia to make their dreams come true, which is so... it's just so exciting to me. It fills me with so much joy, to be completely honest. Like, I just think that they're all actually here to celebrate. Everybody's having a great time. I'm thrilled. I want them to play some beer pong though, since they're at the pub, you know. Maybe we could do this. I don't know. We'll see if they ever stop dancing. That would be great. I'm trying to get them to stop dancing by taking control of them. It's not exactly what I want to have to do, but here we are. I really wanted them to be able to do this. Hi. Can you stop dancing too? Did everybody give up? Not yet, not quite. I wanted them to play some beer pong, but it seems like the default overrides for the dancing really just like, they're strong. Anyway, they're all here to celebrate, and Rhodes was so, like, I can't even tell you, he was so ecstatic for Ryan. Now, let's just take a moment to also think about this with Rhodes and Ryan, because as you recall, they are basically on like the precipice of trying to decide what comes next. Like either way, they were going to be doing this, right? They were going to do this. They were going to stay together. They were going to make it work. Rhodes convinced Ryan that it was going to be fine, and it will be fine because they care about each other a lot, right? But they don't really know what that next step looks like, right? They're going to be in the same city. Maybe they could live together. Maybe they live separately, but like in the same building. They don't know if there's going to be a level of like team housing either. That's another thing. They're on like the national team now, maybe during training and stuff. I'm kind of thinking, I don't actually know how this works, but I can make it up because it's The Sims. But I'm thinking of like spring training for baseball and how you're provided with housing, or you can select housing in the city in which you are attending spring training. I don't really know how to explain that. And maybe that's kind of the same for them being on the national team. I don't know. Let me know what you all think and how we should kind of approach that. But it also depends on what these love bugs decide to do, right? It seems like I really wanted them to play beer pong. Can we do it with teammates, please? I don't know why it's so hard. Here, teammate is Rhodes. You're going to play against JJ and Becca, and hopefully this will work. Because now that everybody stopped dancing, it started to set up, but just didn't finish. I just want them to play beer pong against one another. And here we go. We're starting. So yeah, everybody's so excited. Like JJ was so amped. He's like, you guys are going to kick some serious ASS. Becca's like, I always knew both of you were going to make it. Like, come on. If they didn't have 2 spots, they'd make another spot, you know? And Ryan's like, I almost thought that they did because my call was super delayed. I only got called yesterday, and Rose got a call on like what, Friday or Saturday or something. It was like really quick, but yeah. And in the interim, she does also have to look for a job, which I mentioned last episode. Therefore, it depends on the living situation. Like she could still go and stay with her dad for a little bit until the season starts. But since Rhodes is going back to his home world, right? His home city, Ryan kind of wants to be around. And I think Rhodes not so secretly wants her to be around as well. So I don't know. When we get back to the apartment, you're going to see like all of her stuff being packed because her lease is going to be ending really soon. I think I said like a week, but she might be trying to expedite it just so she's not just here with nobody because nobody's going to be here because everybody graduated. Like everybody's leaving in like the next couple of days. So we'll see. Look at this. Look at it. Ryan is here with Piper and Becca. They're all coming upstairs right now. But like, do you see this? The tapestries off the wall. We've got boxes in the middle, all of her pictures. I had to make sure. Now, I was nervous. I really wanted to use these storage boxes, but I know you can't put, well, number one, I know you can't put everything in them. It's smaller items. Like you can't put, I don't believe you can put like furniture in there or anything. Like I can't drag that into the box. You know what I mean? So you can't put furniture in them or anything like that. And I was so worried because I know that there was a glitch at some point where if you put pictures either in household inventory or these boxes maybe, I don't remember which, they would just be like blacked out if your sim moved and when you tried to retrieve them. So I put them all in Ryan's inventory and I really hope they don't get messed up. Like, I'm gonna be devoed if they get messed up. I'm gonna be so sad because I spent so much time trying to take photos. Anyway, her apartment is literally almost empty. Yeah, it's like almost empty. She's got this box here to deal with. She's already like unpacked her dresser and everything. I'd like to think that this bed, aside from maybe like the bedding itself, came with the apartment. Obviously, all of this stuff came with the apartment. And her couch, I feel like she's just going to leave it behind because no matter where she goes, she wants to get something nicer. If she ends up back at her dad's or if she finds her own place, she wants to get something a little bit nicer as well. And in the bathroom, like, I think she's just going to leave this mat too because honestly, who cares? Look at all of this fire damage from we had the fire too. Memories in this apartment. They can't even watch TV. I don't even know why they're all here, but I was gonna make them just all sit on the couch and just kind of chit chat because Piper and Becca are just like, do you understand like how freaking proud of you we are? Like, we are so proud of you for doing this. Like, we can't wait to see you and Rhodes kick some serious ass, you know, on like national TV, by the way. Like, this is just so freaking exciting. And Becca's like, I knew it. Like, I knew you could do it. This is so cool. And this is actually an opportunity for Ryan to kind of be a little bit more vulnerable with her friends because she's not always super vulnerable with them. And I think she's just going to thank them and be like, you know, you two are my best friends in the entire world. And I would not have gotten this far without either of you, genuinely. Like, you kept me sane. You made sure that I practiced hard. You were great teammates. And she's kind of going to get a little bit emotional. And they're like, who are you, Ryan? This is so unlike you. And she's like, well, it's not every day that something like this happens. Okay. And just because I'm possibly moving away and like we're done with college, I don't want us to lose touch. Like, I want us to stay in touch and be friends. And they're like, did you think we weren't? Like, is that what you thought? And Ryan just says, well, no, I'm just making sure. She's like, you're absolutely ridiculous. Like, that's ludicrous that you think that we would just like drift apart. We're going to be at as many of your games as we can, and we'll visit you all the time, wherever you end up. And I think they're also kind of talking about like Piper's plans, because remember, she's going to work at her parents' business, so she'll be sticking around Britechester. And Becca doesn't really have any plans. She's always been a very like independent being. Look at how sad Ryan's like sad over this conversation. But she's always been a very independent being. Are they about to hug? Oh, they're gonna go play ping pong. Sure, whatever. You might as well use the ping pong table since you're still here. It's fine. But since Becca's always been very independent, and I don't know, I feel like she's going to be a bit nomadic for a while. I feel like she's just going to travel around, see different parts of the world. This floating bowl is still here, and I can't clean it up, by the way, because I can't drag it anywhere. And she might just kind of be all over the place. You know, they're all just kind of going their separate ways, but they really want to make sure that they hang on to these attachments and friendships. They're really important to them. We decided to get pizza. We had a little time outside. We got some pizza as well. Apparently, nobody can reach the pizza except for Ryan, which is like super annoying. So I'm trying to get Piper to get pizza. I genuinely don't know why. Like, it's right there. There's literally no reason why she can't reach it. And there she goes. Then she got it. Like, why was that so hard? Do you know what I mean? And I think since Ryan's in the bathroom, Becca and Piper are like, so has Rose mentioned anything to you about like them moving in together? Or hello? Oh, it's Spencer. Well, he's a good friend and everything, but I don't think we're gonna pay attention to Spencer. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. But yeah, she's like, have you heard anything? Like, they're both going to San Sequoia. What do you think's gonna happen? And Becca's like, those two lovesick idiots are gonna end up living together happily ever after anyway. Like, if they don't do it immediately, they'll do it eventually. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I hate how they have to put their plates on the ground, even though there's a sink like right here, and lo and behold, there's a dishwasher too. Piper's gonna head out for the night. Becca is kind of sort of hanging out a little bit, but I have a feeling she's probably gonna head out too. There she goes, right on cue. Like, nailed it, right on cue. And this leaves Ryan just alone in this apartment where it all started. And she's moving on to the next chapter of her life, and she still doesn't really know what it looks like, but she is just so happy that she made the team. And we have to take a second to acknowledge that this is her dream coming true, right? And she gets to share it in some capacity with Rhodes, the person that she loves. And she has been considering telling him that. She doesn't want it to feel like this last ditch effort to like keep them together or something, or to like influence him to ask her to move in or anything, but she really wants to tell him how she feels, and she is herself, okay? Like, she is absolutely herself. I think he is on the verge of saying the same thing. And what is it? It's 8 o'clock already tonight? Ugh, it's a little bit late. I think they're going to end up seeing each other tomorrow. It looks like Rhodes is actually at the Britechester pub. He's probably celebrating with some of his Foxbury friends as well. But I think that they're going to end up kind of celebrating tomorrow as Ryan kind of tries to finalize where she's going to live. Actually, we're also going to call her dad really quick and just be like, Dad, like, you might be expecting me in the next couple of days because I don't really know where I'm going to end up. I don't know if I want to go to San Sequoia now or if I want to wait until the season starts. And her dad is just like, when she told her dad, he was so, I think he cried over the phone. Like, he was so elated over her getting on the team. It was amazing. Oh gosh. And she's been having to make payments on her student loans. It's not great. It's not great. We've been doing the minimum every single time. I think I'll do like 75 instead of 71 this time. She could technically, actually, why am I even doing this? This might be more helpful. Why don't we just pay off the student loans now? 1350, right? Yeah, we're just going to pay off our student loans in full because that was before she got her full scholarship, remember? So if she can pay those off now, she's going to have low funds, but it'll start her off with no debt whenever she starts this next chapter. Do you know what I mean? I think that that's really positive. Let's also check Social Bunny. We haven't done that in a really long time. There's probably nothing of value here at all. Oh gosh, remember Kyle? We haven't heard from Kyle at all. Like, he pretty much just like abandoned the friend group after everything happened. It was embarrassing. One final shift at the cafe this morning. I figured, you know what, since she might be strapped for cash for a little bit, depending on like the job hunt, where she ends up, etc., I'm a broken record. I thought it might be a nice idea for her to work another shift as a barista and bring in some extra cash because she made some really good cash last time she worked one of these shifts, and I want to keep that going. Yes, I do. I want to keep that going because she could be in a tight spot pretty soon. Yeah, also nice pink cowboy hat with that button up. Oh, that is a fashion statement and I love it. But anyway, I thought that was kind of a nice idea. She's going to be spending the morning, probably into early afternoon here, and then her and Rhodes are going to be doing a little something. She doesn't really know what he has up his sleeve, but basically he's like, I'm taking you out on another date, baby. Like, get ready. We're going to go have a good time. We're going to celebrate just you and I on this next step. And she is sweating. Like, she is panicking. She's like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, she just has no idea what's to come, and it makes her super nervous, but she's trying to just let things happen. She's trying to just see what naturally happens next, and what's to come, and it's making her nervous, and it's making me nervous, and here we are. Look who straight up showed up outside of her place of employment the second her shift was over and dragged her into his arms. Oh, sweet baby angel. She's like, is this Father Winter? Are you serious? He's cheering. Get out of my face. She's like, Rose, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, baby, I could not stay away from you any longer. He's like, I really couldn't. Our date starts now. Let's go. And she's like, I'm still in my apron and everything. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, no. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's go. We're going on our date, like, right freaking now. I want more time with you. I don't care. Like, I'm stealing you all afternoon. She's like, and what if I had plans? Oh no, a celebrity and her dad's calling. Can everybody calm down? But she's like, and what if I had plans like with my girlfriends? And he's like, you don't, because we're all in a group chat and I know damn well you don't. So let's go. Remember how they stargazed in Copperdale? Well, Rhodes brought Ryan down here. Do y'all know where we are? We're near the pub. This is where they did the polar plunge when they really started to kind of get to know one another a little bit more. And he brought her down here. It's nothing like, he didn't plan something extravagant like he did for their first date. And he's like, I just wanted to go back to the place where, like, I knew this was the start of something. Whether we admitted it or not, like, he's like, I knew it. And I just want to lay here with you, baby. I just want to lay here with you. I want to stare at the clouds. I just want to talk about our future. And she's like, well, what about our future? We're both going to be on this team. Like, we have a lot of ahead of us, you know? And he's like, yeah, we really do. You know, I'm going to be going back to my hometown though. And it's all going to be new for you. And we've got all fall and all winter to kind of wait until we start up. So could be a long time apart. And she's like, yeah, it's not something I'm looking forward to. And he just says, why don't you come with me then? And she doesn't really know what to say. She kind of lays there in silence. And then she asks, when you say come with you, what do you mean? I mean, what's your plan? Aren't you staying with your mom? And he's like, absolutely not. He's like, I'm not staying with my mom. He's like, I found a place that I can rent until we start getting paid for our, for our place on the team and everything. And he's like, and I want you to live with me, Ramos. Like, I want you to move in with me. Come with me. We're going on this adventure together. We're going to do this together. Let's just do it. Let's just go all in. She's like, are you sure? Like, that's what you want to do? And he's like, I have never been more sure about anything in my whole damn life. All right. He's like, don't question me. Like, of course this is what I want to do. And she just says, okay, then let's figure it out. And then they just lay here. Overjoyed, like silently overjoyed. You would think that this would be like this big moment of passion and this profession of feelings, but sometimes the biggest shifts in our lives happen very quietly. They happen slowly and quietly. You would think this would be something monumental and explosive, and it's not. It's very subtle, and they're both just laying there thinking about what this really means for both of them and their future and how they got to this place in the first place. And I think they're just kind of, I don't know, they're excited, but they're also just very calm about the whole thing. They're content, and that level of contentment is something that Ryan has never experienced with a romantic partner, and it's definitely something Rhodes hasn't experienced with a romantic partner either. So congrats, they're moving in together in San Sequoia. Do we know what this is gonna look like? Not quite yet, but they're off on that next adventure. Y'all thought Rhodes wouldn't have something up his sleeve? Nothing at all. Love letter bouquet, everybody. Yes, look at that little foot popping bouquet receiving gal. I just love it. And he's like, there's something else I've been meaning to tell you too. I love you, Ramos. I love you so much. It hurts. Like, I can't stop thinking about you. You are just my everything, and I cannot wait for this next step. And she's like, I love you too, Rhodes. Like, what the hell? I know I keep going around in a circle, but it's just because it's so cute. And she's like, I love you too. I love you too. I love you so much. It's unreal how much I love you. I didn't think I could love another person like this. Like, I can't believe that you love me the way that you do. And he's like, oh, I wouldn't have you any other way, baby. Of course I love you. And it's just, there you go. There's the grand gesture. There it is. It's the move in with me, the I love you. It's everything all at once. And he is just, look at this man. He's like, I cannot believe I've got this woman. Like, she is mine. I can't believe it. And Ryan is just like this little note. Like, I can't. Ooh, look at them. I need a break. Look at this. Look at it. Ryan just received a flower bouquet along with a lovely message. You're the greatest gift I've ever gotten. Okay. Okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, I know. We've seen this shot a million times before. They're cute, they're cuddling, got it. But this was such a big night. Now, I just want to take a pause, watch them snooze all snuggled up with each other. Hopefully they don't glitch out. To really just talk about what the heck is about to happen, right? They're gonna move in together. They just said, I love you. They just had a momentous night, like a huge night. Did they have a little bit of fun when they came back? Absolutely. What else do these two do? You know what I mean? That's not true. But it is actually, let's kind of get out of this for a second. Let's look at our calendar really quickly because I need to break this down. So today is Wednesday. I think that Ryan needs to be out of her apartment. Like, do I want to do tomorrow or Friday? I don't really know. And I think what's going to have to happen is, even though Rhodes said that he has his eye on a place, he wants to make sure that Ryan likes it, right? Like, he doesn't just want to move forward with something. Since they decided to do this together, they're going to make these decisions together. So I think what's going to happen is she might move out on Thursday, but then they're going to, there's going to be a lot of back and forth here, but I think what's going to happen is they're going to go to San Sequoia on Friday. They're going to go and check the place out. They're going to pop by in Copperdale again to see her dad and kind of talk about this next move, because remember, her dad was expecting her to potentially move back in with him for the time being up until the season starts in spring. So that plan has changed. So there's got to be some coordination there. Rhodes' mom was not anticipating that he was going to be staying with her or anything like that, but it is going to be news, and they kind of want to tell their families that they're moving in together. It seems like it's a big deal. It doesn't seem like it literally is a big deal. And they just kind of want to sit with this for like a day. But they also know that they have to move fast because, again, Ryan's lease is going to be up. I want to say tomorrow. I think we're going to go with tomorrow or Friday. I guess it doesn't really matter. But either way, next scene here, we're going to be checking out the place that Rhodes was thinking of renting. And we'll see if Ryan likes it. We're here. We're back in San Sequoia. Commute times, don't know her. Honestly, don't even know them. Also, look what I just saw. Yeah, look at that shark fin. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that shark fin. Anyway, this was built by Freezer Bunny. I think this is called Copperdale Apartments, and it was prior to the For Rent pack coming out. So what I did is I made it, or I will make it, a residential rental lot. So there is, I'm going to show you in a second. So, okay, I'm just very excited. Just pause. Right, so this is the landlord. I don't know his name. I think they just introduced themselves. Where is he? Has he showed up in our like relationship panel? Where is he? Sir? What's your name? I have headline things off. What's your name, sir? Hello? Oh, we haven't. Okay, right. So we haven't actually introduced ourselves yet. Let's just introduce ourselves really quick. I think Rhodes already introduced him. This is Boston Gant. Okay, I made him randomly when the Crystal Creations kit came out. As you can see, he's decked out in all of the items that came with that pack. But he is the good job, Ryan. That's exactly what we want. He is the landlord. Now, what I basically did, because I wanted them to be able to tour the property prior to actually signing onto a lease, so I made it just a residential lot, but that gives them access to this unit. So they're going to go and take a little tour. What I think I want to do is, it's going to be a very short tour, of course, but we are going to form a group. I think this now has all of us in a group, and we're just going to go upstairs, and Boston is just going to be like, yeah, just follow me right up here. You can check out the unit that we have available for you all. It's going to be a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. You've got like this kind of like horizontal living space and everything. And, you know, there's no window here because the staircase is right here. I might actually add one because I want one there. But, you know, it's an older unit in some spots, but we did upgrade the kitchen. You have all new appliances, these beautiful new like marble countertops and cabinets. And then even though some of the appliances are a bit outdated in the bathroom, because this is a Winged Llama nostalgia bathroom pack. It's CC. So are these counters and everything. They're also CC. But you've got at least a double sink. You've got this big shower here. And then of course your toilet. And then here are the 2 bedrooms. One's a light blue, one's a dark blue, right? And then we've got this like old nostalgic rug also from a Winged Llama. But it's so nice. And then there's also like, look, I used the Riviera Retreat kit. Did I really put in A+ effort? Nah, but I put a pool, and there's some lounge chairs and a grill out here for, you know, tenants to be able to use. And this is so nice because it's right here. Look at that. Right near the big bridge. And then you've got this little dock space as well. The little teeny tiny, is that even called a lighthouse at this point? I don't know. And then you're basically right here downtown. You've got the library, you have the movie theater right there, some outdoor seating spaces. I forgot that they did that with Dinosaur. Okay. Right, I'm getting so distracted. But there's just a lot of things down here, which I thought was really, really nice. It's a perfect spot for them, for 2 young people, you know, kind of starting out, if you will. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have Ryan ask. There's nothing about asking about the property or anything like that, but maybe we'll just kind of make some small talk, and we're just going to ask about career. Again, it's not going to be applicable, but that's fine. And Rhodes is also going to ask about the rent. He's going to be like, all right, so I know that we talked about that it was like X amount of simoleons per per week or per day, whatever the case is. Is that set in stone? Is that subject to change? And he's like, nope, that is set in stone. I won't change a thing on you. When were you thinking of your lease starting? And Rhodes is like, well, we were just talking about that before we teleported here, and we were thinking like this weekend, like in the next couple of days. Is that realistic? No, it's not realistic, but I don't care because it's The Sims. It's The Sims. I don't care. So that would be the thought. And Ryan is just looking around like, holy, this is so much nicer than my apartment, right? Your old apartment was kind of run down. She had like all of her thrifted furniture, and she's kind of just wondering, like, my stomach was making noises. I had to take a pause. But she's kind of wondering, like, number one, how is Rhodes affording this? They haven't really talked too much in regards to finances, but how is Rhodes affording this? And also, she's starting to get a little bit, this is something that she's kind of uncovering as she's walking around, where she's like, ooh, you know how I don't really like people taking care of me emotionally? Well, financially, I don't, like, she likes being independent as well when it comes to her finances, because she never wanted for anything, but she knew that money was a topic of conversation. You know, it was definitely something that her and her dad discussed because they had to, because they were on a single household income. But she's just kind of wondering, like, how is he going to afford this? And is she going to be able to find a job to contribute, right? To kind of contribute to all of this. So I think that she's going to come out here and talk to Rhodes, and we're going to say whisper seductively, which is a little bit much, but we're going to do that anyway. And she's just going to be like, hey, so I need to find a job so I can make sure that I can actually help you out with rent. And he's like, yeah, so what? And he's like, you don't have to. You can if you want to. And she's like, well, what the hell are you going to be doing? And he's like, I have got a temporary job lined up. I will tell you all about it soon. Like, I promise. And I think that Rhodes absolutely does have a temporary job. I think that he's going to work at like a local gym or something like that. Maybe he finagled something at the gym that he used to go to, maybe when he was like in high school or something like that. And he's going to be working as maybe like a personal trainer or just some kind of gym staff. So he's got something lined up, and Ryan feels a lot more comfortable with that, at least. But she has to search for something. And I think she might be telling Rhodes that there were a few... Cute, okay. Maybe she's like begging him to live here. I don't know. But I think she's just saying how there were a few potential openings in finance that she could pursue, especially with her degree. And he's like, you do whatever you want. Like, we're in this together, Ramos. We're going to figure it out type thing. So I think they're going to tell Boston, like, yeah, we'll take it and we will move in, like, tomorrow. I don't know. Let's go with tomorrow. Rose is just like, so what do you think? And she just says, this seems too good to be true. Like, what did I do to get here with you? And he's like, you are becoming quite the sap, Ramos. You're becoming quite the sap. And she's like, yeah, well, it's all because of you, dumbass. Like, it's all your fault. And he's like, you know, I love the absolute Eddie, right? And she's like, yeah, I love you too, stupid. Like, he's like, are we doing this? Like, yeah, let's do it. Love babies in San Sequoia. They signed the lease. And then they went on a little walk. So here's the thing. There's not much to do in San Sequoia, okay? I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, okay? I'm just not. But like, this is where they're going to be living, like right over here, okay? The landlord's in the pool. That's great. I searched far and wide, if you will, to see if there's anything else aside from like the movie theater, you know, the piano that's right here. I tried to see if we could view these sculptures. We can't view that sculpture. There's this little stall, but I have some mod that makes it all produce, and I don't know why, but that's neither here nor there. We have stalls everywhere. It doesn't matter. None of these things are rabbit holes, which is so disappointing. And you can't even view like this either. Like, you can't view this. This subway, like, this isn't, you can't use it to travel or anything. Like, these things, you used to be able to, well, not used to, but you could click on these like in City Living and get stuff, but that cross-pack functionality was not extended to those. So like, there's really a whole lot of nothing, which makes me sad. So I basically just pretended that they went on a little walk down this boardwalk and just kind of talked about what comes next. Now remember, they're going to be going back to Copperdale. This is like a day of travel. I don't remember what I had designated before, like how far Britechester was from, I think like Copperdale was like 2 hours or something. Maybe San Sequoia is 3 or 4, but I think in relation to San Sequoia and Copperdale, they're maybe like 2 hours apart. So they're going to be staying over in Copperdale once they go see her dad. And then they have to go all the way back to Britechester to pack up all of her stuff. And most of like Rhodes' stuff, I think he sent probably most of it home at some point. Like, I'm just trying to think of logistics. But they have to get all of Ryan's stuff over here. And I think like her dad is going to help move in and stuff like that. And I think his mom is going to help them move in, which means that the parents get to meet, which is like really nerve-wracking. Also, they may have just like made out a lot on the counter in their soon-to-be new home. because they can't help themselves because they're dirty little filthy babies and I love them so much. Anyway, I'll see you when they move in. We're back in Copperdale so soon and I am so happy. She's like, hey dad, hey daddy-o, and he's like, pumpkin. He's like, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy that you made the team and I can't wait to see everything you do. And she's like, okay, dad. All right. You're squeezing a little tight. You're squeezing a little tight here. And he's like, Rhodes, hey bud, how are you? And he's like, hey, Mr. Ramos, how are you? I'm doing great. And he's like, I think congratulations are in order for you too, right? You also made the team. And he's like, yeah, I did. Me and Ryan will be teammates instead of rivals at this point. And he's like, well, how about that? You know? How about that? That's fantastic. And oh God, I'm just so excited about this, honestly. This is just such a big life thing. And I'm like, just tell all the people, tell all of your friends and family, do it now. I also want Ryan to say hi to her boy Waldo here. But I actually think, do you know what I want? I want Rhodes and Arturo. Oh my gosh, he hasn't even taken down the party decorations. That's how much time has not passed. He hasn't even taken down the party decorations. But I think he's actually gonna be like, hey Rose, you want to play Rose, you want to play some chess? You want to play some chess with me and we can have a little chat? And I think that'll allow Ryan to kind of like hang out with Waldo a little bit. But yeah, I think that Arturo is just gonna be like, all right. Look, I know this is serious between you and Ryan, you and my daughter. So, what's your plan? Now that San Sequoia is essentially the destination, and tell me all about this. And Rhodes is like, well, the season doesn't start until spring, so we're not obligated to be down there. But you know, I'm from there, so that's my stomping grounds, right? Like, so I can be near my family and stuff like that. But I did find a place, and I asked Ryan to move in with me. And Arturo's kind of contemplating that for a second, and he's like, so you're really making a commitment here, both of you? And he's like, yes, Mr. Ramos, we really are. And I want to do right by your daughter, and I want my future to involve her in whatever way possible, and I think this is a good next step. And she pops in, and she's like, hey, boys, what are you talking about? What's going on? And Rhodes is like, oh, nothing, baby, nothing. And her dad just says, yeah, don't mind us. We're just conversing. We're just having a good old time. It's fine. She's like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. This is actually perfect. I didn't realize this was a social interaction, but Arturo and Ryan they're in their jams. And he asked if he could just like chat with her really quick, baby girl. And he's going to ask about her future plans because obviously she walked in right as Rhodes was telling her dad about bring up embarrassing childhood moment. Yes, why not? That's funny. And he basically didn't bring up the fact that he knew that they were moving in together at this point. But I think he's pretty much going to say that he's going to give family advice, deep personal conversation, like all the stuff from parenthood is about to come in clutch in this conversation, in my opinion. So he's just kind of like, so Rose let me know that you guys are going to be moving in together. And she's like, are you mad? Like, do you think that's a good idea or a bad idea? And he's like, well, what does it matter what I think? Well, Dad, because I want to make sure I'm making the right decision. Well, Ryan, you're the only person. Honey, you are the only person who can decide that for yourself. You know what I mean? You're the only one who knows if this is right for you and right for Rhodes. And I know that boy very much cares about you. I can tell. And I like him very much if you're worried about that at all. And she's like, I wasn't worried until you said that. And he's like, honey, I like him very much. And he seems to treat you really nicely. That's all I want for you in a relationship like that. And considering that you guys are starting this brand new adventure, being on the same team and in a relationship, why not take this next step? It seems logical. And she's like, you sound like Rhodes, because he said the same thing. And he's like, but it does seem like a natural extension of what's happening between the two of you, right? And she just says, yeah, I think it is, Dad. I really do. And he's like, well, honey, I'm proud of you for everything, for everything that you have achieved, everything that you're doing. And I'm so proud of you for allowing somebody to be a part of your life in this way too, And then of course they have to go to the bathroom to hug and kiss because that's apparently how this works, right? Like that's exactly how this works. It would be great for a screenshot if there wasn't a freaking shower behind them, right? Like fantastic. But But they needed kind of this heart to heart. And she's just like, well, Dad, I also have one more thing that I kind of want to ask you. And to do that, I'm going to make them go freaking back to the bed so they can sit down, please. But I think she's going to ask, would you mind helping us move into our new place, like, tomorrow? And he goes, well, it's a good thing that tomorrow's a school holiday because I've got the day off. And she's like, yeah, that's kind of why I asked. He's like, honey, of course, I would be happy to help out. And she's like, yeah, and Rhodes' mom is also going to help, I think. Which I didn't film, but she's also going to help. And he's like, so I get to meet the mom, huh? She's like, yeah, I guess so. He goes, all right, let's do it. Everyone's here. We're at the new place. It looks like Rhodes' mom is angry pants about something. She seems frustrated. But Arturo and Liana came here to help them move in. You can see there are tons of boxes everywhere. Now, I think my plan, and I don't know if I'm really going to do anything with this second room. They just kind of have it. I was going to make it like a home gym, but I thought that might be a little bit odd just with the carpet underneath them. But at the same time, maybe that's perfect. I don't know. So here, I'll break this down for you. So they got this little folding table. I'm pretty sure that Arturo or Liana brought it for them just so they didn't have to find anything else. And this old couch they thrifted. So they have this nice new apartment and everything, but they still were thrifting some pieces of furniture. Now, Rhodes brought in a lot of cash. I was not paying attention at all to his individual household, if you will. Like, I just didn't. Oh my God, look at him. He's just constantly giving her kisses. It's just... I need to take a screenshot because now they're in their new home together and he's giving her a kiss and it's making me sick. All right. But they just ordered a pizza and it seems that Arturo and Liana, even though she looks frustrated as all heck, are getting along. And he's just like, it's wonderful. It's wonderful to meet you. You know, the kids, obviously the kids, he really shouldn't be calling them the kids. They're always going to be the kids because that's his baby, right? But I think that he's just like I'm really proud of our kids here. And she's like, I am too. Rhodesy, he's my pride and joy. Like his mom is just such a, I don't know. What does the term helicopter mom actually mean? I don't actually know what it means. But my thought is that she was always very just animated. So helicopter mom, I don't think applies here, but she's always just very animated. She's overly affectionate. And Arturo and Rose just became good friends. Oh, I love this for them so much. I really do. And I just feel as though she is just like so proud of her son. And she's just so happy that he has found someone that he cares about as well. Like, I think that she really, really likes Ryan, even though maybe she wasn't quite sure what to make of her when she kind of first met her, just because she was a little standoffish, even though they did kind of hit it off pretty quickly. And I think that Arturo's obviously, like, he loves Rhodes. He thinks that he's a great option for Ryan. So, but here's my thing. So I'm going to leave the boxes. I'm going to leave them in each room as we're kind of unpacking and furnishing them. Now, here is the one luxury item that Ryan and Rhodes went halvesies on, was this big 4-poster bed at like the matching end tables and stuff, and then this new dresser. I think that everything came from like SimKia. It looks very SimKia. Like this is all Sam Myshuno, or Myshuno son, CC. And I think it's beautiful. I thought it was perfect for them. It kind of matches, or at least goes with this more sleek, modernized interior as well that came with this apartment. But I think it's beautiful. I just think it's so perfect for them. They have to put up decorations and stuff like that. I want all these weird people to go away because I don't know who you are. Stop. Oh, it's the welcome wagon. Oh, the welcome wagon is here. No, thank you. I can't lie to you. I'm just going to straight up deny that. I don't want it. No thanks. But yeah, I think I'm going to unload each room as we kind of furnish it, as well as we kind of make decisions. Maybe it could be like a home office or something, depending on what their jobs are. That's another thing that we have to do here, because I have no idea how long this episode's been. It's been a lot of me talking. But what we're going to do is we're going to have Rose find a job. Because remember, I was like, oh yeah, he's going to have, Oh, who is here? Fear of eviction. She's worried about being evicted already. Are you kidding? But I wanted him to work at a gym as like a personal trainer or something like that. Let's see what job might be applicable. I feel like the athletic one is the only one that's feasible, but I wanted that. See, like I wanted this to be for when they actually played soccer. So maybe he needs a different part-time job. Maybe he could do like a handy person or manual labor or something just in the interim. I'm also going to look for, I think I said this last time, but I failed to do it, is I'm going to look for some modded jobs that might fit them a little bit more. But darn it, he also did get his degree though. I wonder if his degree, yeah, it helps him out in a few different things. Like he could be a civic planner. That's a bit advanced, I think, for him personally. His degree was like in business or communications or something. So he could get a pretty good starting position elsewhere. He could be a journalist. I don't think that's what he would want. Maybe he could just do management, but vice president just because you have a degree? That seems asinine. He could be in PR as like a press agent. I just feel as though these don't fit him. He could be a supervisor or like a team leader just in the salary person career. Maybe that's something he could do. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Because they both have college degrees and I want them to really start off on a strong foot here, he's going to be in the salary person career right now and he's a team leader. So he's already level 6. He needs to work on his logic skill, which we're going to do. And remember, we're only doing this until the season starts, until they actually start on the national team. So they've got fall and winter though to do that. And who knows how far they could reach in these current career paths. Look at Arturo and Ryan having a laugh over here. My heart. Wait, okay, hold on. Even though this is kind of like a terrible screenshot, I've got to take a screenshot because it's cute. Anyway, just made myself freaking sick. We're going to have Ryan go ahead and grab a job as well. So her job is going to be different. I already know which one it's going to be because she got her economics degree. So I think she's also going to go into a form of business, like salary person is definitely business. What? Leanna is a snoop and she just busted out binoculars. Can't go. That's the funniest thing I've ever seen. But she's going to go into business. Where is it? As an investor, right? It's not exactly what I want for her, but she got a signing bonus of 1,400 simoleons. And we just completed her aspiration. I didn't realize that was actually going to complete it, but it makes sense, right? So we have to pick a new aspiration for Ryan too. I'm going to pose that to you all. What should Ryan's new aspiration be? Now that she's completed the academic one, what should her new aspiration be? Rhodes' aspiration is bodybuilder because he's very much into athletics. So we're still gonna keep that. We're actually gonna work on that now that we have Rhodes in our household, which is so weird to think about. Ooh, it's so fun. All right, well, they both have jobs now, full-time jobs, which are gonna be kind of nuts. We're gonna see how that goes, and I'm gonna see again if I can find like a modded job or something that they can maybe like do at home or work part-time, just something that gives them income, but that doesn't keep them away every single day during week 2, because that's going to get really boring. Well, I have no idea how long this episode's been, but we're going to call it here because there was so much movement and there are so many things I have to sort out, but I hope you all enjoyed this one. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts, and I will catch you next time I post a video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!
It's 2 a.m. when we close the bar.